Sup. Okay, let's go. So, as always, we're going to play hundreds. It would be nice if someone texted something in the chat, would say hi, something like that, so I can see that the chat is working on Restream. Okay, so without further ado, let's start some tables. Why it doesn't pop up? Hold on a second. Oh. Yeah, okay. We have one player registered, so probably we're going to see at least one reg. Hopefully another player is a fish. Okay. Okay, finally we got the game going. Okay, so we have two regs, sadly. Okay. As always, guys, feel free to ask any questions about the game, about my life, it doesn't matter. I'll be more than glad to answer them. I might turn another table if we get only regs in hundreds. I might play two tables, one in the hundreds and one in 50s, so that would be more fish action for you to see. But okay. Hello. I cannot pronounce your nickname. BQR1S. But hi, and thanks for sending a message. Okay, oh, I forgot my tracker. I was wondering why the screen is so empty, but it's because there are no HUDs. Okay, let's raise it 3x, and if he shows, we have to call, but okay, we got it through. 6-9, that's a fold. Such a nice day outside. Would not be surprised that the viewership would be low today, but I just went to vote in the presidential election in the second tour. I hope the viewers that are from Lithuania did as well. Okay, great. Let's 2.5 exit. Come on, just shove. Do it. Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, so we're heads up. Let's not... Oh, and aces, kings and aces simultaneously, one after the other. We didn't get paid on those, but we cannot get too greedy. Okay. A 4.5x. Let's call. Okay. If he jams, we're of course calling. The question is, okay, let's start betting. The pot is quite big, but I think he will fold a lot of the times. We'll stack off on any turn. Precious, hi, good luck today. Nice to see you live. Thanks, man. Hopefully your good luck charm will... I'm really afraid that he has pocket 7s or pocket 8s or something like that. Probably pocket 7s is a possible option, but or ace queen for that matter, but hopefully we see a fold or a loose call. But he's quite weak after he checks back. He probably the best he can have by not snap calling me is probably like 7 deuce as a bluff, or maybe like pocket 9s. But I doubt that he would just check back on the flop. No, I think he uses that sizing. Okay, so hold, nice. Okay, so great game for us. Maybe we made a lot of chippy V in that one. Probably made like 100 euros there from that game alone, maybe a bit more. I'm not sure if you can hear the planes flying by. I'm not sure if the mic picks up the sounds, but we'll see. If so, let me know. I'll close my windows, but it should be fine for the most part. Okay, so we have pocket trees, and we're going to check back this flop because we're going to get check raised quite a lot. We have bottom pair, right? So we rarely beat anything. I could turn this into a bluff right now, but he will call me with any draw or whatever, so I'll just check back with my showdown hand. Okay, we have the club. He bets one big blind. I mean, he has a lot of 6, 7 clubs or whatever that we're going to pay off, and wow, he bets with king 4. I was surprised to see that, but it makes sense. It's a bit greedy, not gonna lie, but we're not folding to one big blind. I could ISO this. I can check back, but I'll check. As always, guys, feel free to ask any questions. Okay, let's call, of course. We're probably calling another barrel because we have additional equity. Yeah, so he bets 3 big blinds. He has a lot of kings and jacks, but he has a lot of like 10s or queens that he does that with. Flush draws, maybe. Yeah, but when the flush gets there, and if he continues bet to bet, have to probably fold. I mean, not probably, but we have to fold. This is such a small bet. It's disgraceful. But if it's a bluff, good for him. Just when the flush got there, not willing to call. Has a lot of king X's in that range. But if it was a bluff, kudos to him. Okay, so that's a fold, sadly. Okay, let's min raise this. Just want to see the flop. Okay, or a fold. Okay, 15 big blinds. Can still open up, we don't need to shove necessarily, even though we could. We'll have to call this off and hopefully to see a queen jack, king jack, or whatever. Ace 7 suited, not ideal for sure, but and we're running dead. Let's fire up another one. So we're probably going to see these two guys every single game, but last stream someone asked me to play 50s so that there would be fishes visible, but if someone asks this again, I'll do it, but for now the plan is to play hundreds only. What are the most important things that smstaking school looks for in people that apply to school? Probably motivation. That's the key factor. Definitely. Because you cannot be like... You can be a decent player, but if you're not motivated, right? You can, let's say, beat 5s or 10s, but if you're not motivated enough and you're doing this just for fun, then it's probably not really ideal. But yeah, so motivation is key part. Okay, so he bets really huge sizing. Of course, I'm not going to hero him with a queen 8. Has a lot of random queens that beat me, so I have to fold here. But yeah, because someone who's committed eventually will definitely be 25s or reach high stakes, right? So okay, let's jam. Oh wow, that's amazing. Okay, great. And whereas there are people that could be potentially great players, but they don't have motivation or time to pursue this, right? And they play only like they play not full time, and you cannot progress if you don't commit to this, right? It needs to become your lifestyle eventually, otherwise reaching high stakes is an almost impossible task. Okay, so I'll jam. He's short, so he opens up quite wide, and he calls quite loose. So if he has a good hand that he's calling with, it's... Okay, so let's open up. He knows that we can open wide, so he can definitely reshove weaker hands. Okay, good. We're ahead. Hold. Nice. Okay, we're heads up again. In bulldog mode. Okay, let's call. It's a min-raised range. We have some backdoors, but his min-range is particularly strong. I'm not... If I get a jack, I won't be really comfortable calling. Wow, the viewership today is so low. I wonder why. I mean, as I said, it's a really nice evening on Thursday night, so a lot of people are probably outside. I would be too if I was not streaming, probably, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's check back. Hit a deuce. We'll see how it goes. Checks back. I'll probe here. I'm not sure if GTO does that, but maybe it's more willing to call. But I'm fine. I can call a check raise if I want to. So okay, really bad flop for us. Sadly, we'll have to check back. We can get a lot of check raises or okay, heart. Definitely not ideal. Let's try to go to showdown. I mean, maybe we hit a 10 or a queen. We hit a queen, sadly, but sadly it's a heart. So hopefully we win. Oh, he has two pair. How sad is that? Are you going to jam again? Okay, so he limps. Okay, the flop could be king, jack 10. Close enough. But this is a good flop for us to call. A lot of backdoors. An overcard as well. Decides to check. We'll check back again. Checks back again. Has a lot of jacks that he checks that way over king highs. A 9-6? Wow, did not expect to see that. Okay, unlucky that he hit the 9, but 6 I mean, but we're losing a lot of chips by doing nothing, just folding. I'm getting really unlucky in our hand selection. We hit a queen. Let's check back. We have a 10 as an out if he has a better hand, but I wonder if GTO check raises this. I'll have to mark this. And if so, in what frequency? Check. Three blinds. A lot of action killer cards. Of course, we're calling this. I don't expect to see a lot of bluffs, but I cannot pull this. King, queen, of course. So we completely gave away 1,000 chips in this heads up, which is really, really sad. So this one cost us a lot, but I'm really curious how much bluffs does he have on the river, but given the fact that we called 2 times already. The field is good. We have 1 fish, 1 red games, which is nice. Probably a fish. I'm not sure yet, but I've never seen this guy before, so I'm willing to bet that he is a fish. Okay, let's check. He checks. I'll bet 1 time. Okay, I'll check. We had a deuce. We beat his jacks or kings, so pocket 6s. Does ITM statistic alone can tell you something about a player, or is it not enough? So you're probably talking about GG's, because in GG, right, they show you the ITMs. I think it does show it to you, right? On GG. So basically in spins, reg should have a winning percentage of probably around 37-38%. I think that's my win rate. So if you see someone whose ITM is lower, right, let's say, I don't know, 20%, then he's a fish guaranteed, probably, if we're talking about spins, right? And other formats it's a bit different, and the variance is quite high, so it's not as big indicator, but I mean it should tell you that you should be able to tell who's rag and who's the fish. Jesus Christ, pisses me off. Does he have King Jack here? Does he ever have bluffs? Because with an ace he probably would bet bigger, but ace 3, Jesus Christ. I'm always calling him off. Anyway. So basically by motivation you mean that the player should be willing to spend a decent amount of time learning and playing spins, yeah? Exactly. Because it takes a lot of time, right? Especially in the beginning, where you're not making that much money. So you need to be determined to invest your time in the long run, right? Because a lot of the sites reward you for being loyal and playing and generating a lot of rake. And that's where the profit increases, especially on sites like Winamax, right? Because when you reach red diamond, your profit increases significantly. So for example, if you're playing with diamond 5 and then you get to red diamond 1, right? Your monthly profit increases by, let's say, 20% if you're only cashing out the bonuses, right? If you're playing on 50s, for example, it increases it's insane increase, right? By 20%. So of course, the more you play, right? If you're a volume maker, right, and you play a lot of, oh my god, are you serious? What is this? I hate when this happens. You know, they limp kings at 5 big blinds. But yeah, it's a dramatic increase. So when you start playing spins in the beginning, you don't make that much, right? And I remember the days when I was playing like 10s and you would make like, I don't know, 1.5 thousand, right, in the whole month. And then you have a deal that's 50-50, right? And you're not making that much money. Oh, a 10x. Hopefully win it for the pool, because I was running under EV the previous the past few days. So we want, okay, let's call. Great flop for us to continue calling. If he checks, we have a few options. We can right away bet, we can check back. So this time I'm going to check. Okay, additional draw opened up. I'll bet 80. Okay, we got a fold. It's good. We take the stack. We take those. Okay, so this guy ISOs quite a lot. Maybe he will decide to play a bit more aggressive on a He'll probably be a bit more passive on a 10x. He'll be playing with scared money most likely, but we have to bet. So the problem is, I'm really afraid that if I call here, he's going to just fold. Maybe I should have jammed instead. But it scares him a lot as well. I really don't like this re-raise, to be honest, but there's a lot of draws, and if he checks back on the turn, it would really suck. And he would get a free card, so I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah, I'm talking about spins. I've had 38, 40% in 5S, so I'm chilling then, I guess. Looking forward to join the school after getting my budget right in abroad. You're talking about the budget. Are you committing like full time? Like I don't know if you have a job or not, but are you going to do it full time from 5S? And you're talking about the budget that you need to live off comfortably, or are you just talking about other budgets? Yeah, but 38, 40% is definitely a reg indicator, right? Of course, it depends on the sample, because you can play 300 games with like I don't know, like 50 is maybe too much, but definitely 40% of win rate. You can play those same games with 20% win rate, but with a great chip EV. So, of course, the bigger the sample, the better. The more accurate the measurement is, right? As with all the statistics. Okay, just jam. Okay, let's bet small. This is a really dry flop. We would do this with any two cards, basically. Okay, a king. If he shows a better hand, I'm going to throw away my PC, but... Oh, nice. Snap call. So we got some chips back from the previous game, where he kind of coolered us off. Okay, let's limp and we call if he jams, probably. Not probably, but we're calling. Okay, so he decides to ISO us with 2.5x. We'll call. It's a good flop, but I think he jams with a high frequency that when we cannot call here. Well, if it was an open-ender, we definitely would call. If it was, I don't know, Jack 10, right? We would have called, but now it's too loose. We're not ahead of, for the most part, against his range. Limp. Oh, what am I? We have such a trash hand that we need to fold even to a min ISO. Let's check back. He's quite aggressive. Not a big fan of probing here. Given the fact there are two flush draws, and he's probably never going to let go to a small bet. But he might trap it an ace or something like that, so. Okay. He's more on the aggressive side, so. Jesus Christ. He's eating me alive. Okay, good. Now if he raises, I'm definitely just calling. Okay, so does he have Jack deuce, 6 deuce, 8 6? Oh my god, Jesus Christ. the click back is always strong. And, you know, I could fold this, but I used to make these crazy folds, but now it's, I mean, it's 1000, it's 1000x, I would say. It's a 10x, so it's less likely that he's bluffing. I should be able to fold these to a min click. If he jams, it's a call. It doesn't matter, right? He shows that deuce 8, but that min click, when he leaves behind 3 big blinds, is definitely a tell that he's really strong. But yeah, I was not able to let it go, sadly. I'm Lithuanian. Basically, right now I'm building a budget to in abroad, so I could quit my job and play poker full time. Really looking forward to it. Oh, okay, so you're living abroad, and you're building your living off bankroll. Do you mind saying, like, what do you think you need to live off comfortably? I mean, you can join the. I mean, you can join the school right now, right? The earlier you start, the better, right? Because like learning the ranges properly and learning the basic strategy takes time. So the faster you start doing it, the better for you, right? Even if you cannot commit to it full time right now. Even if you spend a day studying, after a month, you'll be significantly better, especially because in the beginning, studying is easy, right? You don't know so much that your game improves really fast and it changes a lot. But the more time passes, right, it's harder and harder to find your leaks and spots that you have no idea how to play and to get better at them. Because, well, I mean, that's how it works with everything, right? So, okay, so there's a fish. I'm probably a fish right there, so. Okay, so he seems quite aggressive, but we're playing against a fish, most likely. Maybe I don't know him, but Slim. Okay, so there's a 7. We don't want to inflate the pot right now, so let's check back. And my internet lagged for a bit. Okay, there's plenty of draws. We don't have a kicker, but I'm feeling quite comfortable betting here. Because he's not going to raise me with... I maybe could have bet 1 big blind only. It would have sufficed, right? He calls a bit looser, and I don't inflate the pot when he has better hands. I would bet definitely 1.5 if I had a better kicker. I don't know, let's say a jack or whatever. But now, you need to be a bit more cautious. Okay. With a deuce, I'll bet right away. It needs a bit more protection than the 7 that we had previously. Okay, we got it through. Wonderful. Okay, let's check back. So I haven't seen him play in position yet. So I could call, but okay, let's call. Let's gamble a little. Okay, let's donk. Maybe if he folds random, I don't know, queen jack, jack 10, these types of hands. Okay, he didn't. He checks back. I don't think he's going to believe me when the flush draw missed. So I don't expect him to fold a pair here. I'll check back. He can have some straights as well. Yeah, it's a big sizing. He can have an ace too. He can have a bluff. I definitely had an opportunity to bluff. The annoying part of streaming is that I feel a bit more anxious when like doing crazy bluffs. You know, when I'm playing, there's like 6 tables. If I do a shitty bluff and it doesn't go through, I just reload another game. Now, when there's people watching me, feel a bit more. I don't want to do crazy things, but my playstyle is quite aggressive. I make money off of this. He doesn't. We need to call this a 10 big blinds. A lot of the times he will have a better hand, but we just need to. Okay, we also still have. He still has 16 big blinds, so we still have room to take his chips away. He has 9.7, right? 10.7 big blinds. Okay, so I'll fold this. I don't have a PC here, and after like 2 months of playing, I'm getting planning to get back to Lithuania, so that's why I'm waiting. Oh, okay. Man, it makes sense if you don't have a PC, but it's a good plan though. It's good to. It definitely will. It will take you. You won't be as anxious while playing. Okay, let's bet big here. There's a lot of draws. I could even bet bigger, like overpot. That would be nice. But yeah, because I mentioned on almost every stream that I made a mistake and I didn't have the bankroll to live off, and I really struggled. I was really focused on money, right? And I was like really stressed out if I had a bad session, right? Like it helped me in a way that I was really focused while playing, right? And I improved really quickly just because I was really focused into games and I was looking at the leaks of players, but I was afraid to like play more tables or have a bad session, right? I would play for really long hours without for really long hours and with a lot of breaks. Now it takes me less time to play the same amount of hours, right? It might sound like stupid, but okay. Let's tank a bit. Let's wait a bit, and hopefully he decides to check back. He can have bluffs here. He can have traps. I just wonder if he has, like, he's not betting a jack with that sizing, right? He's only betting an ace or a king. That's about it. He has a king. Okay, let's call. Nice, we were correct. Because fishes, I would have been surprised if he, like, there were plenty of draws, so I would expect him to have use a bigger sizing on a turn if he had an ace or a king. And if he had a jack that he decided to bet on the turn, right, which fishes do, he would not use the same the big sizing on the river, and he would probably check back. I was quite surprised to see 3-4 here, but I mean, it's a fish. That's good call by us. Probably the first one today. And we took some chips back, right? Now we're in slight profit after this call, which is nice. Does the sample for joining school have some kind of expiration time, or you can, for example, play 400 games in 2 weeks and then later, like a month or two, play like another 100 or 5 games, 500 games into requirements for joining school? So basically, it should not be really old, right? It would be better if the sample was in the shortest possible amount of time, right? It doesn't matter as much as long as it's not like, because the field changes constantly, right? And so yeah, the sample cannot be like a year old, right? It needs to be at least a month old, I think. But yeah, it would be better if you had the games within, I don't know, 2-3 month time frame, right? This is probably the longest you can get. Okay, let's call here. Okay, let's limp. Okay, so I'll be betting this. course. It sucks when I blocked 2 pairs, but we're so deep, and I need it for balance that I have to do it. What if I do this? I really want him to call quite loose, or do this. Leave some room for him to do a mistake. I doubt that he's. I mean, he can shove King 8, for example. Oof, wonderful. The sizing induced him, and that's why I bet it small to look like it was. Oh, what is fish? So fish. So basically, there are 2 types of players, and there's no in between. So basically, there's a fish and there's regs. Regs are other professional players that play for a living, play full time. So these 2 guys are regs, right? And if you see a pink tag on instead of a yellow or a blue one or a green one, it means that this guy is a fish. And fishes are recreational players, players that lose money while they play, right? So yeah, and you always like, because the playstyle, you really need to know who is who, because the playstyle that you have against regs and players and fishes is completely different, right? Because regs mostly play GTO based strategy, right? And they try to recreate it. Of course they differ, they're not robots, they're not computers, so it's a bit, so no one is perfect. Not even a single reg is perfect in that sense. And fishes, they have their own strategy that they probably, for example, saw on streams, right? Or that they just learned from friends or whatever, right? And their strategy has a lot of leaks, and we exploit those leaks. And when you see that someone is leaking, you tag them as a fish, and that's it. You need to know who's fish and make adjustments according to that. It's unlucky. It's nice that we took whole his stack, but he came back, which sucks. But yeah, we're dominated into pre-flop shoves, but it is what it is. I hope that we won't get card dead. Shit. A bee got into my house. What means red circle? Red circle mean like this. I usually like, I don't want to tell on stream what exactly every tag means, because I adjust my strategy according to that. You know, it gives a bit of info, and anyone that, if one of these players decides to watch the stream, right, they can tell. So it's a bit, they can make adjustments, so I don't want to share that info. So, but yeah, every single tag except for pink one. The pink one is for fishes. Every single one, the yellow, the blue one, the green one, the red one, they are for regs, or different regs. Sometimes I mark them by limits, sometimes because I know them personally. So it's not like, we need to sometimes I don't even know why I tagged someone the green color or the blue color. No, usually I use the green one for higher stakes regs that play. How long do you think it would take on average to reach 25S from 5S? So if you commit full time, like you study hard, you learn the game, and okay, so even if it has, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you commit to it and you're not like brain dead, as hard as that sounds, but you should be able to do it in half a year. Okay, so let's check back. We're definitely calling the flop. Okay, so we're calling the turn if he bets. We have a lot of outs. Not a big fan of probing here. He checks back again. He has a lot of jack X's and a lot of pocket pairs that check back, but I think he's hero calling me after I would check back 3 times. 2 times. He has pisses me off. He has probably a jack or a pocket pair, but I'll call. I want to see. I'm too curious. Yeah, tens. Okay, let's jam. Call me with king 10. Well, what the fuck? What the fuck is that? Didn't ask for it. He makes a huge mistake and now he gets rewarded for just getting an ace king. Of course I called with the 9-5, which is not ideal. And he's ahead right now. I lost 500 chips. He took everything back that he lost in that shove with queen jack. Life is unfair. Poker is unfair. Anyway. So what are your current goals in life poker? So my current goals is to get my mental health in check. Right, I'm going to therapy. I need to make a blog update as well, but yeah, because I struggle with that quite a lot, and it definitely doesn't help with my poker career. In poker, I have mixed opinions. My goal in poker is to quit poker before I become 30, right? So I have 5 more years to do that, because I don't think that I would be happy if I would be doing this for my whole life. It's a great way to, it's a really great lifestyle in a sense that you have a lot of free time and you can manage your time however you want, and you don't have deadlines, you don't have stress that's related to work. You know, no one is telling you what to do. I mean, you have coaches, right? But and stakers most of the time, but it's not the same as having a boss, right? You create your own. Okay, so without kicker, I'll bet. Without, I mean, I have absolutely nothing. I have 5 high. I could be checking back here, but I think GTO prefers to check back as well. Oh my god, he shoves. Seriously. How much odds do we need? Oh, fuck that shit. Ace 6. Yeah, if I would have checked back, I would have get rewarded, right? But I did not. I was too greedy because he doesn't fold with a high frequency. And I beat nothing from his draws. I'll have to solve this hand. I wonder if I need to barrel and if I need to call as well, because that was close. So I think it was really close to a call. Maybe I have to call with that sizing if I choose that sizing on the turn. But yeah, so even I don't have like the goals in poker in the terms of I want, like, my main goal is to play the SOP main event, the WSOP main event, right, for 10k, and hopefully to win it, right? But I would be just okay with just playing it one time in my life, and I would put a check mark on. I don't have like goals of having millions of winnings in poker, right? I think the live travels and poker trips are a bit overrated in a sense that it's a really high variance, and You need a huge budget for that. You need a staker as well. The variance is insanely high. So, yeah. I wonder how much I'm going to lose during the stream. I played 8 games today during the day. I played them with like 400 GPV, made like 450 euros. I was really happy, but hopefully we don't lose it all while streaming, because we're playing in 2 reg games, right? So that sucks. And okay, let's call. He's ahead with king 4, but yeah, he wins, sadly. Oh shit. Sad. But I respect people who have big dreams in poker, right? Some of my colleagues do, they live for that, right? They enjoy the game. I don't enjoy the game that much anymore. I used to love the game when I was a fish, right? When I didn't know how to play, I was breaking even at best. But when it becomes a job, and every job sucks, you know. And even though I'm really glad I don't need to sit in an office, you know, with a shitty salary, I'm grateful for what I have, but not what I've accomplished. But this is not my end goal. Poker is just a short stop in my life. Okay, so we're jamming this. We don't have any other option. Need to be balanced here. Hopefully he calls with worse. Nice. It's strange that he didn't shove at 13 big blinds. I was really surprised. 14 big blinds. Given the fact I have 10 big blinds. Usually people shove that. You don't even think twice about it. I would understand if it was suited ones. But now? That's quite surprising. Let's slam. We are of course calling here. We want to see a deuce, a 6. And that's it. If he continues barreling, I'll have to let it go. We're turning this into a bluff. He definitely can shove here, but we just hope to make him fold a 9 or an 8, right? Because nice, we got it, which is wonderful. Even if he decides, even if he has nothing, right? He's turning this into a bluff on the river a lot of the times. And we can never call there, so. Oh, come on, for fuck's sake. Okay. This. Take it down. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should move down. Playing against 2 regs is. Did poker made your life better in some way? Yes, it did. The main... Yeah, I don't want to call against the fish. It's a bit too off. So yeah, it made my life really great in multiple ways, but it ruined my life in multiple ways as well. Because I had a lot of stress and I suffered from panic attacks, but overall, you know, I can live a lifestyle that I always wanted, you know, carefree lifestyle. And what it gives to you, right? It's freedom that not a lot of jobs in the world can offer you this type of freedom where you don't have like, you're not responsible for other people, right? You don't have a boss and you don't have clients, right? Because even if you have a business, you have clients that you're responsible for, right? Even if it's a solo business that you're doing all by yourself. So that's a great thing, and it's probably the main benefit of poker. It's great money-wise because you make way more money than people who... Okay, so he bets 3.2, which sucks because that now he can definitely have a jack. If he checks back, I'm jamming. Jesus Christ, why the queen got there? He can have that 9 now. Of course I'm blocking it, but it's a min-raise spot. I don't expect him to be bluffing here a lot of the time. If he check back or bet small sizing, I would definitely jam and turn this into a bluff. But now, it's just way too... Yes, he's aggressive, but there's not that many bluffs that he can have in that spot. Just fold, dude. Don't think too much. Fold. Okay, we're gonna flipping, which is fine. Give me an 8 or 4. Sad. But yeah. A lot of high-stake regs enjoy their life, you know? I'm probably one of the few that thinks about like quitting poker or whatever, but experiencing variance could test your mental health real quick. Oh, definitely. Good thing there are pools right now, right? My record session on hundreds, I think I lost like 17,000 in a span of like 4 days in that one, right? Which, when you think about it, if I had to take that variance like all by myself without a pool, that would be an insane mental test, right? Because to make 17,000, you need to play a lot of games. Like that, like good 3 months, right? With decent results. 3 months with decent results. Yeah, you can do it in 2 or even 1 month if you're really great, but still, it's insane. I mean, it was not like 17,000 lost, but because after rake back, it was still 17,000 lost in net 1, which is crazy. Thank God there are pools now, right? But when I think the players before that, I mean, when there were no pools, the variance was a bit lower because there were a lot more fishes. Because what pools allow you to do, if you're not one of the best players, you can still play and you can make profit, right? The benchmark of being profitable decreases like by a lot. Because now if no one could play in the pool, there would be way less regs, and the GPV would be higher of an average reg. But you need a higher GPV to make a profit if you're playing on net 1, right? Especially on Winamax, you need to crush the limits completely. Because Winamax has insane variance, but... Have you already accomplished some money goals by playing poker, for example, buying a car that you wanted before and could buy it or something else? I achieved in the sense that I can travel now, right, freely. I don't need to think about it too much before going to travel. We went to Bali. We went to Paris for a week, then from there we went to Bali for a month. From there I spent a couple of days in Singapore, which was a really lovely trip. And yeah, the main like goal was not to worry about like while you're on vacation, right? You don't need to worry that you're not playing or you're not working, right? Which is nice, and that freedom, that reduced stress is probably the main goal, because I love traveling, right? I love exploring new places, but I'll probably won't do it for a while now. That trip took a lot of energy away, and money wise as well, it was quite costly. It was about half a pod here, but yeah, I'm not really into Hmm. Was wondering what about the sizing. Maybe I should have checked back. He doesn't have a lot of trees in his range anyway. But I'm afraid that he's not going to bet with a high frequency. Anyway, but for example, if we were talking about a car specifically, I think buying a car as a poker player is quite a stupid idea. I mean, if you can afford it, go for it. But like buying an expensive car is probably one of the worst investments you can make, right? It only decrease like every single car almost, if it's not a collectible car, decreases in value every single day that you have it, right? And the maintenance costs and everything, it just eats your money away. I have a really like economic old car and I'm fine with it. I don't use it like a lot, so it's completely fine. Maybe it's a bit too loose to shove here. I think I could have just min raised and called this guy and folded to this shove, but it's fine. Nice, we're dominating him completely. Great flop. Let's not see a 10. Great. But yeah, the only problem is that even though I make decent money, I spend a lot of money as well on things that I don't need necessarily. And I definitely should fix my spending habits. And you know, sometimes after like, if you have a good, the problem I have is if I have enough money and for the time being, right? If I feel comfortable financially, I'm not really motivated to play that much. I lay back and especially on the summers, right? If I have money during the summer, it's nice outside, you know, you spend your time with friends, you enjoy the nice weather that you only have for like 3 months during the year. So yeah, okay. So it's a reg infested field right now. It's a bit annoying, but what are you doing or planning to do to better your mental health? I guess when you have that much time, free time, it could mess with your head. So for me, it's I go to therapy, right, and read about it. I try to improve every single day. Of course, it's a struggle, but I have other problems related, not related to poker, right? But it's the problem that poker created. Like all this free time, you start to not value your days off or vacations because you can do them anytime you want, right? But when you go to a regular 9 to 5 job, you know that you can only chill on Fridays or weekends, right? And that makes them special because you can, you know, when you don't want to work that day or whatever, you wait for the weekend and for the work week to end. When you're playing poker, if you don't feel like it, you can just don't play. You know, you don't need to work. No one will do anything to you if you don't, right? You don't have that sense of urge, so you don't value the week and days offs or vacations, right? Because you don't need to plan vacations, I don't know, months in advance. You can, if I want to go to, I don't know, Portugal this weekend, I can do that, and it's a really nice thing to be able to do. But you just don't value as much as you should. I mean, maybe it's just my problem. I never heard some other players complain about that, right? But it's just my problems with mindset. But yeah, and I made a big a big difference was made when I started playing during the days, right, and waking up at normal hours instead of playing during the night. Yeah, the profit decreases, but your mental health gets better when you start waking up early, right? You start seeing sunlight, getting vitamin D. It makes a huge difference in that sense. But I kind of regret that I spent so much time playing during the nights. It fucked up my health big time, but you know, at least I made it, you know, and now I'm playing hundreds. Made it in life. I mean, I made it in poker at least, not in life yet. There's a lot more things that I need to do, but yeah. So So that I'm doing that now. I exercise a bit more. I eat healthier as well. So, and these things add up, you know, in the long term. How was your first days in school? It would be interesting to know if you remember it. Oh jeez. Like the first few days, it was a bit confusing, you know. There was so much information. It was crazy, you know. I was lost. Like I remember the first few months, you know, because all the like when you have to fill in your graphs in the end of the month, that was annoying and took a lot of time, but I was struggling with that. Learning the strategy, like learning the coaches, like getting used to the community, it was a bit hard. Okay, so this is really sucks. I'll bet one big blind, we'll see how that goes. Oh Jesus. Is he going to call me with worse hands? Okay, he checked back. Wonder what. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking about, like pocket sixes maybe that he's going to call us with, but I'm not sure if I should jam this. There was a queen high. I'll tag this hand. It's really unfortunate. I could have check raised, but I had top pair and not the top two pair, but was willing, because he's going to barrel a lot of the time, so I was willing to trap this hand. Unfortunate run out, sadly. Okay, let's check back and going to raise him. He bets. Why the board has to pair up like that? Doesn't matter what he has, I just cannot call here. I became so hungry right now. I have to check my fridge if I have something. Okay, back. Okay, we have absolutely nothing. I'll check back. Can you make your voice louder? So I heard this problem like every couple streams, and it's quite annoying because I have no idea how to do it. I tried it multiple times, but it was never. I tried to making it louder by changing the settings, but it didn't work for some reason. I have no idea why. Okay. Just fold, please. Fold your two pair. It's not that hard, you know? Maybe he's stream sniping me and waiting for me to... Okay, nice, perfect, let's go. I got a fold. Really needed. I wonder what you pulled it. Probably like a two pair or something like that. I doubted it was a decent hand. Nice. I guess poker community has much of interesting, intelligent people to connect with, unlike 9 to 5 jobs, for example. Um, yeah, the community is nice. I mean, everyone is really friendly. That's a good thing, you know. When we like go to the summer camp, if you join, if you join us, we have a summer camp at August, I think, where you can meet most of the people that are in the stable. But yeah, people come from various backgrounds, but usually it's something like a lot of people are they were programmers or they were involved with maths or in some ways. I was not one of them. You know, I had no background prior to joining the stable, but I think poker players have more interesting stories to tell because they travel a lot more, you know. They know a lot of people that they meet on poker tables or whatever, businessmen and so on. So in that sense, but you know, there's a lot of people in 9 to 5 jobs that, even though their work might not be that interesting, but their lifestyle might be. You know, everyone has hobbies. Everyone can have hobbies, right? So, okay. Let's limp. By the way, thanks to you two guys for asking so many questions. It really... Okay. It helps me not to get bored, you know? Because playing one table is not really exciting. Okay, that's really, really weird now. He should be stopping a lot of the times. I could be donking in this spot, but I have 5-6 in my range, that's for sure, but he has 2. Bets 3 big blinds, he donks now. He can definitely have 2 clubs. He can have 5-6. Not that many 2 pairs, I guess. Probably like 3-4. If he folds, I'll probably call. Okay, the board pairs up. The problem is the flush got there as well. He's going to jam with a high frequency here. I'm not going to be able to call when the flush got there. 5-4. Nice bet. I went to vote and I skipped my lunch. So now I'm crazy hungry. I'll probably... How many hours it took for you to reach 100S? So, okay, let's think about it. I played for 3 years, full time. Why I say it in quotes? Because I definitely could have spent more hours. I didn't play it that many hours during the month. Probably on average it was between 80 and 120 hours. So let's say 100 hours a month, maybe less, let's say 90. To be more realistic. And yeah, so I'll do the multiplication. I'll open up the calculator. So 80 hours times... No, 90 hours times 36 It took me 3,240 hours just of playing, right? Not with studying. With studying, so let's say on average I studied 10 hours is a bit 10 hours a bit a stretch, but let's say 100 hours for poker every single month. It should be probably a bit more than 100 hours, but let's be conservative. 100 times 36, of course, it's 3,600. So yeah, that's quite a lot, right? If you're playing, like, if you've ever played League of Legends or CSGO, that's how many usually hours it takes for people to reach highest ranks. Not necessarily, but you know, poker is way more competitive than games because there's money involved. You know, people are more willing to spend a lot more hours because and get better, right? They study more. So yeah, okay, let's check back. Nice, we check and we get rewarded, which is fucking lovely. Sorry for swearing, but I mean, this is a gambling. Okay, so let's jam. If he has the two pair, a full house, congratulations to him. Hopefully he calls. But he does the vomit emoji and folds. He probably folded the queen. Good fold by him. True, 9 to 5 people could also be hell adventures on the weekends. Yeah, definitely. And, you know, that's the only time they can get crazy, so it makes sense. But I don't understand people that go to party like crazy every single weekend that they have. And this lifestyle is not for me. I mean, doing it once in a while, like once a month, it's completely fine. Even a bit more often, but if you're doing it every single weekend, I think you're wasting your life. What are your dream places to travel to at the moment? So that's one of the problems. I don't have like dream places anymore in particular that I want to see. I would love to see Japan, right? Like Tokyo and rural Japan as well. Maybe I want to visit Portugal this year or next year, like Madeira especially. I want to go to USA one day. I want to visit Vegas, but not for the place itself. I mean, I would like to go to the Sphere, you know, in Vegas, but I would visit that place just for poker mostly. What else? Probably Iceland would be lovely. Let me think. I want to see you visit Australia one day. I'm not a big fan of third world countries, you know. I like Western and places more where where it's safe, where it's clean, where people are nice, and so yeah, I'm not a big fan of these struggling African or South American countries or yeah, but that's probably like the main. I want to go to Spain, Portugal, yeah, USA, Australia, and that's pretty much it. I think. Like, they're not dream destinations, but I want to go to Caribbeans as well, to Caribbean islands, for sure, to see those blue beaches, you know. Even though Bali had some nice places, but the vibe overall, it's really busy, really dirty, and I would consider it a really safe place. I never felt in danger or saw a lot of crazy people that could rob you or whatever, but all that noise and not pollution, but it's really crowded, you know, because Bali is 10 times smaller than Lithuania, but it has I think twice as many people, right? So you can imagine how crowded it is. Like there's no open spaces, right? There's a house to a house, and I mean it's in Denpasar, in the whole city, right? But so okay, hopefully he doesn't have pockets. can we get a king ace perfect hold? Nice. Okay, so this guy is crazy, and we want to have chips against people like that because they can donate their whole stack away. Okay, lovely. I want to inflate the pot as much as possible. He seems crazy. I'll just bet pot size. He can jam if he wants to. That would be... Sadly, he folds. Yeah, the viewership today is quite low. Good thing there are two guys that asked me a bunch of questions. Okay, we don't have a kicker. I'll check back, maybe let him do some crazy moves. If he checks back, we're of course delaying this. There's no... Okay, so he bets really small. If he bets at least 1.5, I would probably just call. But now I want to raise, and if he has a 9 or an 8 or a 10 or a jack, he would call me. Okay, we improve our hand. I don't think he's calling us quite loose. We might induce him as well. I'll bet 90 chips. That should not scare him off. Nice. So if he has an 8 or a 9, he definitely calls. Yeah, he called us with an 8, so we probably got our maximum value out. And in the case that he has really something good, we don't fold if he jams, but we bet the sizing because we're betting him really small. But okay, let's check back. I really don't want to bet this. Okay, I'll bet right now, and we will bluff on the river. If even if the spades get there, I'll probably be bluffing. But yeah, so good for us now. We're taking some chips away from him. Let's limp. Okay, let's bet. Even though I could have checked and played with delay, but let's check. Okay, 10 got there. Yeah, so he's betting, probably beaten. We blocked the 7. We blocked the. We blocked the jack. In your opinion, how talented you are at poker, and also how important is talent compared to, probably compared to hard work? That's what you meant. That's probably the most often. So, Ericas, I think, I don't want to speak for him, but I think he would say that hard work is more important than talent. And in a sense, it is, but I'm more willing to think that. Okay, I don't think he's bluffing here in that spot. I think talent is really important, and a lot of people underestimate talent and how important it is, because you can put a shit ton of work, but if you're stupid, you'll never get into high stakes, right? Because just some brain functions you don't see the patterns enough or whatever, and it sucks, but that's the reality. But you can be talented and not put enough work in, and you will never reach high stakes as well. So we need both, but of course you can get to high stakes with. I don't think people that get to the top, like their best, like let's say 5 players on the site, get there without talent, right? They have to be talented to some extent to get there. But can you reach hundreds with only hard work? Probably, possible. It will take a lot more time than usual. You'll have to study a lot. I think I'm quite talented because I didn't study that much, and it's not a good thing. I think I would have achieved way more in poker if I studied way more and spent a lot more time playing. I wasted a lot of time in that sense, which I kind of regret, and I started studying a bit more now, looking at it a bit more seriously. But yeah, given the fact that how much I studied and where I got results-wise, I think I could safely say that I'm quite talented in it, given the whole population and from what I see my colleagues doing and stuff like that. So yeah, but I'm definitely not like a super genius poker guru or whatever. Like, I would never dare to say that. Also, how important is talent to studying and computing the hours and becoming a high stakes profitable player? As I said, a must, right? Because there's no one is talented enough to get to high stakes without studying, right? You have to do it. You have to know the strategy that your opponents are using, right? Otherwise, you have no idea what they do, right? Yeah, you can learn something from, but you need the understanding of how GTO works to be profitable. Nice, we got jacks. How long did it take for you to learn decent GTO strategy? So, I would not say that my GTO knowledge is really solid in that sense. I'll jam this. Hopefully he folds. He calls. In that sense. But yeah, because I still leak a lot. I'm really exploitive. I'm more of an exploitive player, and a lot. I think that most of the regs and hundreds are better. They have better knowledge GTO wise than me. But I exploit fishes maybe better a bit, right? And in that sense, I make a bit more money. I make more money from fishes on average than probably other regs, but I lose more money on average against other regs. So, but I would say it took me like 2 years, right, to learn decent GTO strategy, maybe a year. You know, it's really complicated, and I mean, I'm still learning. I still find some spots where I had no idea that I was doing it every single time. I was doing it wrong for the past 3 years, right? I bet that this week I'll learn something new, right? Or when I study tomorrow, I'll find a spot where I'll be like, oh wow, I never knew that I have to do this, and it's quite a common spot, for example. So I'm still learning, I'm still improving. Okay, so let's play last game of today, and this will be it. It's almost 1.5 hours have passed. But the field is quite nice. We have one fish, one red games, which is absolutely wonderful. Might be playing afterwards. Okay, so let's call here. And it's absolutely horrendous flop for our range. So the reg is going to see bet with a high frequency here. He knows that I'm folding to almost any bet. I don't have pockets here. So, you know. Oh, wow. That was, I would say, a weird call by him. If he was making the call. I think he was. I mean, yeah, but it's a fish, so he can do crazy things. Okay, so he's going to call us quite loose on the flop. I'll use this as a block bet. I could have bet more. But yeah, even if he had raised it here, fishes are a bit too cautious here, especially here. His stats are quite green, I mean, which means he's tight. So I'll be able to easily let this go. How much time it took for you to know pre-flop ranges confidently? Quite a long time, to be honest. I would say a year. Maybe a bit more even. Even now, like now I'm quite really comfortable about the ranges. But yeah, 1.5 years for me, like to say that I was really comfortable, right? Not looking up the ranges constantly. But you know, after you, okay, I'll play another game because this was a really short one. Because the more you play and you don't study the ranges, because studying ranges is boring, you know, it's not like studying the strategy and solving the hands. It's way more tedious experience, just clicking the buttons and looking up the ranges, so you forget about them, you know, you start to leak again and you need to remember them. So I try to study the ranges once in a while, but I should do it more often. But I mean, I don't deviate that much. Oh wow, what a wonderful spot. And if he loses now, okay, just hold. We're against the fish and heads up. Perfect way to end our stream. It's gonna... Okay, let's call. This is quite a bad... Okay, so he probably doesn't have a 9 with that sizing. I don't think he has a straight with that sizing as well. The only problem that he can have a 7. I don't think he has a 7 now. I mean, he might. But yeah, it's too weak for us to bet for value. He had a 9. Wow. Did not expect to see that for sure. Because he bets really small in the turn. Usually people like bet big on the flop or second pairs, and then they lower the sizings. Okay, hopefully he bets. Doesn't. There's a lot of draws out there. I'll bet an overpot. Feel quite comfortable with my top pair. If he has a trapped straight, there's not much we can do. Okay, let's bet. So far, he seems quite straightforward player. I have 8 high. I have some backdoors, so I'll be betting more. Fishes tend to overcall on the turns, on the flops, I mean. But there's king 9-9. Yeah, sadly. I could have bet really small and tried to fold his draws here, because I have 8 high. Given the fact that he called quite quickly as well. So yeah, that was a mistake on my part, for sure. Do you have 3-bet bluffs versus regs? Of course I do. Who do you think I am, a fish? I do, but I should have a lot more of them. Wow, does he have a 10 as well? In small blind? Yes, of course I do. He has a 10 for sure. I hope he doesn't have a flush. Please don't have a flush. One time. That's fucking painful, given the fact that we had... we're losing 864 chips in that heads up now. It's fucking disgusting. I would have folded a bad straight if there was an open-ender straight. But now it was an impossible fold. Okay, time for us to come back. He folds a lot, he doesn't shove, so that's where our edge can be. Okay, check, let's bet, the whole fold. Oh, he doesn't fold, he could probably beat. And 3 got there, and a flush got there. Please just have, I don't know, 4 or 5. Okay, Jack Deuce is good enough for us. Slim. Okay. Yeah, he's really straightforward player, so all we need to do is be patient. He will fold way too many hands. That's where, and he will overfold it. I could have limped this. Oh my god, I got punished so badly. But yeah, if the 6 came on the river, I would have jammed and he would have took my whole stack. So yeah, I lost everything that I made. I mean, I lost 500 chips in EV. Oh wait, that's it for today. I want to check my graph of the stream. It will probably won't be nice. Yeah, it won't. Because I started the day with a really nice profit. I mean, this game cost me a lot of chips in a sense. Yeah, 800 chips that last game took away from me. So that's quite a lot. That's like 150 euros, right? But it's definitely... Okay, I'll show the graph in a second. I just want to... reporting options, 12 midnight. 8 p.m. No, 6 p.m. So yeah, that's a really, really bad and poor graph. I never like play good during the stream. I mean, I never run good at maybe. Okay, I'll show the graph in a second. So yeah, this is the graph. We played with minus 90 GPV for 16 games. And yeah, lost 400 euros, which sucks. But we played 8 games today that we completely crushed. And we were in profit by a lot. So we're slightly in profit after the whole day. But I'm still going to play because the field is nice. So maybe we'll hit a jackpot or something. Anyway, I'll answer the last question because I saw it pop up. Low stakes regs barely have 3-bet bluffs. Do you think I could exploit those regs in 10s, or is it just not worth it? I think you can try. If they fold with a high frequency, use the 3-bet bluffs and fold to their 3-bets. That's how you exploit them. But I think you should do it. If they fold, just do it. I mean, if it works, you know? If they respect it. and you can always just jam your kings, queens, I don't know, aces even, instead of 3-betting if they fold too much. So you can make these adjustments. You can just call from the small blind if you're 25 big blinds deep. There's a lot of options that and possibilities and adjustments that you can make to exploit those stats. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining the stream. Yeah. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for participating. Thanks for asking questions. Hopefully I see you next week as well. And good luck at the tables. And crush the fishes, guys. Bye-bye.